Storms could reach severe limits as we move through the overnight hours for tonight and early tomorrow morning. So kind of a complex setup, and our storm system, believe it or not, right now way out towards the west. You can see that atmospheric river coming into parts of Los Angeles, a little spin up there towards Seattle where they're getting some wintry conditions, but surface low pressure will be developing later on today around Nebraska and Kansas, and a cold front will be developing. That's going to be bringing in a strong low level jet, increasing our dew points and our moisture with strong upper level winds, as well as with them turning with height. This could mean that severe weather threat. I do think a large hail and damaging winds probably the primary concerns for severe weather, but we couldn't rule out an isolated tornado or two either. Here's what's happening on the radar picture right now. Quiet in those places that could see severe thunderstorms later on tonight. In fact, a lot of those places will stay dry through the day today. The showers and thunderstorms right here kind of leading into parts of the deep south, and notice a little lightning bolt here or there. Nothing strong or severe right now. Just a little bit wet and a little bit of a nuisance for you as you get through the early morning hours. So let's time this out for you hour by hour, and there you can see just a few spotty rain showers throughout the day today. But then overnight, you can see thunderstorms may be developing along that line with the cold front and heading eastward before it exits the region. So this is really a nocturnal event, which can make things very dangerous and may continue ongoing through the early morning hours for tomorrow as well. So Little Rock, St. Louis, as well as Memphis into Texarkana and Springfield, all these areas and the darker red area where you have the greatest risk of seeing some severe thunderstorms. So you've got about a 1 in 3 chance, or 3 in 10 chance rather, of seeing a tornado within 50 miles of your home for eastern Oklahoma, as well as into parts of Missouri. Springfield, Missouri, looking for cloudy conditions throughout the day today, and then showers and thunderstorms developing late night. It's going to be hit or miss. It could rumble you and wake you up out of bed. Make sure you have some kind of an alert system to wake you up when those warnings are issued. Notice the mild temperatures, though, continuing into the overnight, and this will push into the Mississippi and parts of the Ohio River Valley as we head into tomorrow. Is really getting hit hard now. In the next 24 hours, we'll be measuring snow over a foot, very likely. In fact, 20 to 30 inches in some of the highest elevations. But where has all the snow been this year? When you take a look at the numbers across the country, normally you would think places like the mountainous regions, as well as maybe into the Northeast or Midwest, seeing some hefty numbers. But look at the highest number here. Portland, Oregon, 11.2 inches of snowfall so far this season. New York City, over 11 inches. Indianapolis, 6. Look at Des Moines, a measly 6 inches. This is just sad, really, compared to where we should be. Should have about 36 inches of snow on the ground this time of the year that has fallen. Kansas City, you've seen about 4.5 inches. In St. Louis, another inch or so, and really going to be looking for more wet weather there than anything else. So let's talk about some of the snow that's coming in across parts of the west, and this is going to be an event that's all day long. Rough travel through the passes as well as along I-5. We could see some very significant whiteout conditions. Now, the one saving grace here in places like Seattle, for example, is your temperatures very borderline around the freezing mark. So some of the roadways may be a little wetter, but you get up a little in elevation. The snowfall rates have been hefty enough that some of that is going to be overcoming it, and you just can't keep up. So here's a look at all the advisories and warnings that are in place right now. Very widespread. Washington through much of Oregon, as well as into Montana. There you can see that blizzard warning we were talking about earlier, as well as heavy snow into western Wyoming. And take a look at the atmosphere, and the big story here, you can see that little swirl there, that little area of low pressure bringing in all that moisture on shore. And then we also have our little atmospheric river that's bringing some wet weather across central and southern parts of California. So a lot of big mess really across much of the west for travel, not just today, but really the next couple of days. Temperatures here remain in the 30s and the 40s. So continuing to come down in the Seattle area for today. As we take a look at the big map picture, you kind of see offshore here that little swirl there, our upper level low, helping to bring that onshore flow, make it a little convergence zone set up there later on today. Snowfall totals have been ranging from about 5 to 9 inches now across the Seattle metro area. So really impactful here. Portland, you're getting off pretty easy. Not a whole heck of a lot of snow for you, but you can see all of that stretching into the Intermountain West. So we need to track this system and the snowfall from the west, because this is going to spread eastward and will be impacting millions of Americans. How much snow are we talking about overall? We'll take a look at the Cascades. In fact, some Some of the highest elevations in the southern Cascades could be seeing 20 to 30 inches of snow before all is said and done. 2+ feet of snow into the Sierras. Look at this as you head into the interior parts of the mountainous west. We're looking at 18 to 24 inches of snow. So really the mountains just continuing to pack things up here. Great news for skiers, but not so great, unfortunately, for travelers, as the west will stay active through a good portion of our work week here. Taking a look at Aspen, Colorado, the snow is moving into your region now. Some snow showers today, 38 degrees. Tomorrow, we could see a little bit of rain beginning to mix in, of course, mainly at the lower elevations here. This will continue into your Wednesday, but look at those temperatures beginning to warm up, and sunshine will be back by your Thursday with temperatures back into the 40s. So we'll track that disturbance as it heads eastward. Jet stream takes a dip down towards the south, so you're in the cold sector of things across parts of the Midwest into the Great Lakes and into the Northeast. So really keeping an eye on where that warm front sets up, because that will bring the hodgepodge of weather here with very warm, unstable conditions on the south side of it. So it should stay all snow for you in most locations of northern Minnesota as well as into the Dakotas. The UP of Michigan all snow, but even Minneapolis could see a little bit of freezing drizzle overnight tonight and early tomorrow morning, then maybe finish off with a little coating of snow, so that will be impactful for the morning commute. Lower Michigan, Detroit looking for rain out of this one as we head through the day on your Tuesday. A lot of the cities that are starting out with either a wintry mix or snow into the Northeast will likely change over to rain, and that will be the story from Boston down towards Providence, Rhode Island as well. So let's look at the snowfall total accumulations. Minneapolis, little to none for you, but 1 to 3 inches as you head up further to the north. Duluth, maybe 3 to 5 with 5 to 8 in the Arrowhead, and we'll see the heaviest amounts along the northern parts of the UP of Michigan. Up to a foot will be possible there. Here's the forecast for Duluth. Notice the chilly temperatures here with continuing snow off and on through your Tuesday night. Temperatures dipping down into the single digits overnight and teens for highs. As it moves into the Northeast, we already have advisories in place ahead of the system. Notice no winter storm warnings. So more than anything, this will be a big impact in terms of your travel and quite an inconvenience. Snowfall totals will be heaviest with elevation into Vermont, New Hampshire, and across parts of Maine, where 8 to 12 inches of snowfall will be possible. But look at this, down towards Portland, maybe looking at 4 to 6 inches of snowfall in Boston. You could start with a little snow tomorrow, but any